I can live in.
Yeah, welcome back to Room Temperature, where we can't live in Oklahoma. Today's theme is not being able to live in Oklahoma. But first, Brandon had another track night in America.
Are we recording now?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I was in America and it was magical. Um, it actually didn't go super well. I bailed out of it after the second run, which I kind of took easy.
Why?
Um, I started getting really motion sick.
Really?
Yeah, it was just I just didn't feel very good. Like I felt I could feel myself losing focus and not just like losing the forward focus, but I didn't want to mess up and lose the car on a turn or something, so I just called it a day early.
Wait, you were like losing focus, like you were. Were you bored?
No, 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 no. I just didn't feel like 100%. You know,
Interesting.
uh,
Were you hungover?
no, I hadn't been drinking. I, I started feeling kind of motion sick, and I could feel myself like. So I started the first session going like 100%, like in like time attack mode, and I was doing great. I felt like I was passing a lot of people. And then I started just like not being able to concentrate on the turn, like uh, just feeling like I was somewhere else and this wasn't really happening to me. Like it was less dissociated than I'm describing it, but it didn't feel good and I didn't feel safe driving the car like that. So I stopped about a minute or two early, lost a lap in the first session. And then the second session, I went out about a minute or two after it started. So I lost a lap there. And then I took it easy. Like I instead of going at like 8 or 9 tenths, I went like 6 tenths. Like I was driving Harris Hill like I would drive Lime Creek Road. And
Interesting.
like everybody was passing me and I felt fine. Like I felt much better, moving the car around and going, but not like pushing myself and not trying to like go through every corner and not trying to feel like I was racing. Um, and then I started getting back on myself and I got up to like maybe 7 tenths, and then I started feeling bad again. And then I just said, I'm not going to feel better. I don't want to put myself through a third session, so I just went home. I didn't even go on track for the third session.
That's crazy, man. I'm sorry that, like, I know it's like supposed to be more fun than that, but I will tell you like two things about your story. One, did I ever tell you the story about the time I passed out behind the wheel on the way to Blake's ranch?
No.
I was driving my, I think, first car. I think it was my 2003 C230K sports coupe. Um, I think it was a long ass time ago, dude. And I just like we like partaked in marijuana before we left, and I was just like probably shouldn't have driven. I was also like 19, I think, so this is a long time ago. Um, and I remember just having I had two other people in the car with me, and I was just like, man, I don't feel good. I started feeling really really lightheaded, and I like pulled the car. I started to pull the car over, and I was like, Blake was in the car, and Charlotte, my friend from Germany, was in the car. And I was like, Blake, can you drive? And he said, yeah, I can. Are you okay? I'm like, I don't feel so good. And then that's the last thing I remember. And then the next thing I remember is being slumped over, and then Blake and Charlotte like shaking me awake and like waking up and saying, Charlotte, like, there you go, James, wake up, wake up, wake up. wake up. He's like, wake up, wake up, wake up. And I looked up, and then like the car is like moving, and it's like kind of on the shoulder of the freeway, and like kind of in the incoming lane, in the middle of nowhere, like in the middle of nowhere, Texas. Complete middle of nowhere, Texas. I was like, I don't know what fucking happened. And we pulled the car over, and then I got in the back seat, and Blake drove the rest of the way there. And like 10 minutes later, we all just like started laughing about it. We're just like, that was weird. No clue. The second time I passed out behind the wheel, I was just too tired to be driving, which was stupid. And I like hit the wall of a tollway. I could have been like fucking killed. Never do that again. I have not driven tired since.
Yeah, that I mean, I've never been that person, but I've definitely ridden with people who did that. I remember my cousin. We had a job at Disney in high school. It was a summer job. I think what it was pulling weeds. We had to be at Disney World at 6 a.m. So we had to leave my parent. So we had to leave my parents' house around like no later than like 4:45 if we wanted to be there on time. So we were always fucking exhausted. Um, and he told me at the end of the summer, he said, Brent, there were a lot of mornings where I remember getting in the truck at like your parents' house, or like getting in the truck and picking you up, and then the next thing I knew, I was pulling weeds. He said, like, I don't remember getting us there. I don't remember getting in the work van. I just remember like like pulling weeds and coming to.
I like have been that. I mean, that has happened to me, right? I mean, like, it happens to people all the fucking time. Like, I in college especially, and like into my 20s, like I would sometimes wake up at home and be like, okay, like 20 minutes ago I was at a party. Like, what the fuck? And it's like super creepy because then it's like, is my car out here? Okay, my car is here. It's not parked very well, but I guess, oh fuck, I drove. Oh my god. Like, I don't remember anything.
Yeah, I've never done that. The closest thing I mean, last night I was losing a battle with sleep, but I felt like, I was giving it my all, and then I'm jolted back awake for a second, and suddenly Blake is on a house party, and my friends are sitting next to me.
You were talking like while he left, and then like while he was gone, and then like before he got back, and then when he got back. You were holding conversation, sort of. You were like nodding and
What?
like, that's right, James. Yep. Like you were like
No,
semi-conscious, and then it became
no.
obvious. Victor started ranting and about stuff, and like I was sober, so like I completely fucking remember it.
I remember I woke up like just before we started talking about the podcast was when I was actually awake.
Okay,
So there was probably like 15, 20 minutes there where I was like, uh-huh, yeah, uh-huh.
that's fair.
And
I mean,
that,
you know,
yeah,
you were having. It was your birthday. Happy birthday, by the way, from all of us here at Room Temperature
thank
Incorporated.
you. Thank you. But yeah, that was the situation. It was very strange to like come to and the world has changed around me. Blake is no longer sitting next to me. He's on TV.
That was a weird one. Blake was like, "I'll sign on to House Party and say hi." Well, anyway, I'll also not. He was like only on for like 5 fucking minutes.
Yeah, I don't blame him.
Charles was fucked up, I can tell, because Charles always gets really quiet when he gets fucked up, and then he laughs at the dumbest shit. He laughed at your alarm clock, your time clock thing.
What?
It was like it's 12 o'clock because that's what your MacBook does,
Oh yeah.
and Charles fucking cracked up. Nicole may be able to verify this because this I couldn't see Charles, but I could just hear him like. It was funny. I was like, "Well, wow, Charles likes that one."
No, Nicole was also not great. She was doing a lot better than I was, but she was also not great, which is why I really wanted to talk to you this morning because neither one of us were totally sure what happened.
I figured that's okay. We can bleep all this out in post.
I mean,
But
yeah, whatever.
at some point it's like, okay, I missed the drinking boat. I like was like pretty sober except for like all the CBD I've been vaping. But like, um, uh, you everyone was talking over each other, and then it was like I'd say something and nobody would really hear me, so they would just kind of like nod, and then Victor would scream and kind of yell, and I don't know, man. It was like Cassidy was like, "Wait, no, this, that, the other, blah, 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 blah," and then Brandon was just kind of like mummifying himself in a blanket, just sitting there on the couch. And Blake was and Charles were talking. I think they get along pretty well. I'm really happy that Blake and Charles get along.
I mean, they're both Labrador retriever people, so it
I
makes sense.
mean, I remember taking Charles to San Marcos, and like after we hung out with like my son and everybody, um, my son Victor Godboy, uh, who I miss so much. I miss my son. But everyone was just like, Charles is really cool. I love Charles. Charles is so much fun. He like would swim forever. And like I was like, you're talking about him like you talk about like a cool dog. Like a dog that like he was so good at fetch. He caught the ball with his mouth, and then he sat down and was so good and waited for us to let him inside. But like everybody loved Charles. They were just like, he's just a genuinely cool guy. Everybody loves Charles.
He's a Labrador person.
Congratulations for Charles at his new position at Global Conglomerate.
Yeah,
Brandon, you also work for Global Conglomerate.
yeah. A really weird thing happened that I will tell you about when we're not on a podcast about
Cool.
Charles.
Hopefully,
And
it ends in you getting all your friends' jobs.
I would love to. Nothing to make me happier.
Cool. We'll talk about it in post episode.
Yeah. So
Is
more CRX news.
oh yes.
Uh, I texted the lady this weekend, and she said that she's pretty sure she has a bra for the car, and she definitely has the window sticker. So
Wow. Never put the bra on ever. Um,
I mean, I put it on for like Radwood, and then take it off before I hit the road because yeah,
don't you're gonna use the bra for its intended purposes?
I'm gonna use the bra for swag. I'm not gonna use the bra for innocent purposes because they're just murder on your paint.
I bet when you get there, she's gonna pull that. She's gonna pull her bra out, and it's going to be like done. Like those things don't last that long. I mean, that's a 30-year-old car. That thing, if she bought that from the dealership when it's new, it's just gonna fall apart in her hand. She's gonna be like, "Oh dear, well, I guess I don't have a bra. Do you want some lemonade? Please take this haunted car." I mean, what?
I mean, it's made of leather. It can't be
It's not made out
a
of leather.
bra.
No, it's made out of like canvas with like pleather over it and elastic.
I'm pretty sure it's made of leather. The old Honda ones are made of leather.
If okay, so is it a genuine Honda bra, or did she go to like Walmart and buy a bra?
Unclear. I think it's a Honda bra, but
That would
also
be if
me.
I've never heard of genuine leather bras. I mean, in the 80s and 90s, I kind of
Oh,
remember them
that's what
in
this
like
is.
yeah. This is a 93, right?
89.
89. Fuck, it's literally as old as I am. I was born in 89, but like, can you find out if it has like what its month of manufacturing is? It'd be funny if it was like January 89 and it literally is as old as me. What if I die and then my soul haunts this car?
I
Then
don't know.
you're gonna need my license plate.
I'm not. At some point I can tell you when the car was made, but I don't know if I can do that with just the VIN.
Hmm.
I have a Carfax report and the Carfax pen still in my Civic that Charles got me.
Nice.
So,
That's good. You showed me the Carfax. It pulled a James. We determined that the CRX pulled a James and that it rear-ended somebody gently.
uh,
Thanks, Carfax. My
in our
shame is
auto,
grown.
speaking of Hondas, in our automotive news segment, Honda announced that the Civic sedan no longer has a manual option.
Oh no. Well, anyway, Who gives a fuck? I mean, nobody buys sedans, so why waste the money on the transmission? Nobody will buy. They're not talking about the SI though, right?
The SI is dead for 2021.
The SI is dead
Yeah,
for what?
for 2021, they're not building any more 10th gen SIs. They've said that they will have 2022 SIs when the 11th gen comes out.
Right. They're doing what all these like economy car like car companies that make a performance car based on an economy car. What do you call that? Like, Honda, Volkswagen, Subaru, they all do that. They're like, okay, the hot one isn't going to be around for like a year because we got to introduce the new Impreza, the new Golf, and then the new Honda
It's
Civic.
really weird because they decoupled the Impreza and the WRX.
Sure, they did.
I mean, yeah, they
For all
did.
you listeners at home, I am winking violently.
The Impreza and the WRX no longer even are based on the same architecture.
They're the same piece of shit. I'm sorry. They are. I mean, like, there's no way you can convince me that when I look at this would be a good segue for sharing the screen. Sharing the screen is a room temperature staple. And after over 1,000 episodes, we're proud to continue the tradition. How do I do it? Do I have to exit full screen in order to share my screen?
What?
Oh no, it's right there. It's the only green button. That's why.
Oh, you can't see green.
All right, that's it. All right, I was looking at some cool car sketches earlier. This is actually a pretty cool sketch I came across. This is a prototype sketch for a Mach 1 Mustang. They wanted it to have like a Corvette style like hood release or hood. I don't know what you call that. A hood. Hood rigged by remote control. That's right. Ford wanted to have that. I always thought that was kind of cool. But anyway, what are we looking up? What are we talking?
WRX,
Oh yeah,
WRX Impreza?
yeah. 2020. Hello, 2020.
Thanks,
Not
MacBook.
4chan. God. Subaru Impreza. I think I know how to spell Impreza. There's
You
definitely two
don't.
Z's. All right. This is the 2020 Impreza, which arguably is not that bad looking of a car.
No.
I think Imprezas are they're neat. They're not great. They're not like, ooh, I'm so excited I get to
If,
drive my Impreza.
if
They're
all-wheel drive is more important to you than reliability and speed and parts availability and comfort, then yeah.
well, you say that, but like at the same time, how comparatively unreliable are they? I mean, I know the Imprezas are kind of unreliable because they're driven to hell
Uh,
and back, but like the Subaru's not as reliable as a Toyota and a Honda, sure. But how unreliable are they really? I mean, they're probably a little bit. They're near Mazda,
yeah, I would
maybe
say
probably
that
beneath, but
I would
near.
say it's one of those things where you're talking about fractions of an inch. It is
Yeah,
definitely in a lower class, but also it's not unreliable. It's not a
it's fine. It's
yeah,
above. It's
it's
better
not a
than like an
crank.
Aveo. It's better than an Aveo. It's probably better than a Focus.
Yes, I would absolutely so much rather have a Subaru than automatic Focus.
I feel like if I was shopping my car because I love my Golf against a car, this would be tied for a number two spot with the Mazda 3 hatchback.
My biggest problem with the Subarus is that they are kind of heavy because of the all-wheel drive, and and the engines don't have a lot of power. I'm pretty sure they're hovering around like 160, 170 horsepower, which is fine in a
Which is what
Civic.
it's in class. It's like definitely it's a little bit better than in
It,
class. I mean, like
well,
mine's built
no,
for
that's what I
me.
mean. It's in class, but they're so much heavier that they're so much slower. It is the
Yeah,
slowest of the economy cars.
that's why it's like definitely like number three because like the Mazda's fun, but it's front wheel drive. The Honda
Yeah.
Civic is like probably the best hatchback on
And
paper.
and Mazda smartly only lets you get the turbo motor with the all-wheel drive because
Yes.
they know how heavy it is.
Yes. Subaru doesn't care how Subaru knows how heavy it is. Subaru doesn't care. Subaru is like Guy Fieri. It's like this is what you get. This is my filthy body. Take it because you need it.
I have
And
never
that's what.
driven one, but the first thing everyone says about the Crosstrek is how slow it is.
So I've driven a shitload of cross treks because so many people I know have cross treks. And I helped a girlfriend of mine. I didn't help her, but I like went into the car dealership and like helped the car salesman explain to her in ways that like it wouldn't scare her because she had never bought a car ever before, and she ended up buying a brand new base model Crosstrek with a CVT. And honestly, I thought it was fine. It really just you know what it drives like? It drives like a close to stock uh Jeep Cherokee from like the 90s. It's like slow, but like when you get going up a hill, it's just gonna keep going. It's like, and that's it's not gonna get there quickly, but it will keep going up a muddy hill, and it will keep going on any kind of like it never loses traction, and there's just like this kind of bouncy confidence that, I mean, it just reminds me of like '90s Jeeps a little bit. Terribly slow, but fine. This is a cross track, but normal.
Yeah. And then
This
go back
is
and look at the STI.
Yeah, so let's look at the STI. Like, take a look at this baby, and then take a look at this baby. Look, I mean, there's resemblance, but that could also just be corporate design language. I will
That's what
say
I'm saying.
this though: if they had a WRX, if they had this car with that like that booty, that hatchback, I'd be all. I would
They do. It's
spend
called
too much
Lavore.
money. What?
The Lavore.
Yeah, in Japan, but the
Yeah.
Lavorg isn't an STI. They have like an STI version. They have a Lavorg, but it's not a Subaru WRX STI. It's like they do something different to it that we'll never care about over here. Yeah, it's brilliant. I like the WRX STI. Everyone in this generation has said that this is a boring looking car. It looks like a Corolla. It looks like any other generic Japanese car. I disagree. I think it's understated, but it's also kind of a sleeperish. It's like, it looks like I have an economy car, but it's actually quite fast. I think the hood vent is kind of stupid, but that can be fixed.
It's functional.
Yeah, kind of looks like a Chevy SS in that part right there. I'd much rather have a Chevy SS, but
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know why you buy an STI over a Type R.
all-wheel drive. But at the same time, so the Honda is a hatchback, and I love hatchbacks. The Honda is my least favorite hatchback because of the design of the hatch. It's like
Have
slanted.
you seen the 11th gen patent images?
No, but I have. Have they fixed it?
What do you mean?
Do they make the? Hold on for a second. I can't type anything. Do they fix the design of the hatchback? Do they fix my gripe with it?
It looks like a sedan now, so probably.
No, that's the opposite of the problem.
Oh, then no, they made it worse.
I want my I want my hatchbacks to be like a Golf,
Oh, then yeah, they made it worse.
because the Golf has like a flat butt, and that means that like, here, look, just look.
I know what you mean. It's a flat butt.
Any VW Golf, any, just any. There's the new one. I would say we should talk about this car, but who gives a fuck? I mean, I kind of give a fuck, but I don't give that much of a fuck. All right, its back is flat. And that's brilliant because when you load stuff into the car, it gives you more vertical load height. If you have like a slanted back, it like gives you way less vertical load height.
Yes, I
It's
agree.
less practical.
The ninth gen Civic wagon is what the hatchback should have been. It doesn't know what to do with 11 GM.
So these are
Those are spy shots. If you search, go back to the search bar and add throw the word patent in there. So that is the sedan with the split taillights, and that's the hatchback with the solid taillights.
Yeah, if that's the hatchback I'm looking at.
Yeah,
It's
the
fucking, yeah, they
sedan
fucked it up. They fucking ruined it.
sedan has the you can tell because the sedan has the split taillights and the hatchback has the solid bar taillights.
They fucking ruined it. That's not a hatchback. That's like a Grand Coupe. I vastly dislike this. Unless it has some sort. I think the R kind of has a cool, like, more streamlined. I mean, for a performance car, that's different. I'm talking about a practical daily driver. Let's see the Impreza. Oh, the Impreza's pretty flat. Flat,
Yeah,
flat, flat.
it's like a squircle.
Yes. Well, the belt line's a little high, though. I wonder if that restricts visibility. I mean, there is some curvature to this, but Subaru doesn't ever really give us flashy designed cars, you know? I mean, Subaru's not known for designing. They used to not have car designers. They used to just let the engineers draw sketches, and they were like, we pass the savings on to the customer because we don't have to pay car designers. But then their cars have become increasingly more, I don't know, just like, we want to sell units. We want to fucking, like, we want units sold. We're Subaru now. Gays love us. People with dogs laugh at our commercials. Subaru. Eat your oatmeal.
I love oatmeal.
I love oatmeal too. We gave Daisy some peanut butter, and she threw up a lot, and then
Oh,
pooped for hours and hours and hours. She pooped so much. So yeah, no more peanut butter. It's too young for peanut butter.
Company Civic.
Well,
That's not the new
okay.
Civic. That's not gonna look. That's not gonna look like that.
I keep seeing Honda Accords, like this generation Honda Accord, and I am increasingly just like, that looks like a first gen Mercedes CLS. Do you know that car? Do you remember these? I mean, I think they still make them. I'm not really sure. I know that they made them for a while, but like when I see this car and then I see the Honda Accord, especially from the back, I'm like, it fucking looks like a first gen CLS. Yeah, like that angle right there, and then like especially the roof line. I don't know, man. Maybe I'm crazy. I do think that the first generation CLS is a very good looking car for basically what is just like a swoopy E class. It is just an E class with a different body kit. Um, let's see if they still make this motherfucker. Yeah, I guess they do. They should just call this the E class. Who gives a fuck? I'm so tired of these cars.
What? You want them to stop making them?
Uh, I don't know, dude. Yeah, maybe. Like maybe they should just stop making them. I mean, like maybe does anybody buy them? I mean, does anybody buy sedans anymore? That's a sad truth. It's like everything is SUVs. I saw the what is it? Is it the IIHS? I should know this. Is that what it's referred to? Whatever.
The
They said
safety
that
people?
this, yeah, the safety people. The safety people say that the safest cars on the roads in 2020 are SUVs and trucks. I said this is because federal regulation has gone into effect in the last few years that has lowered the ride height of the trucks and the SUVs. This makes them much safer. So I would totally rock a truck, but I don't fucking want one that bad. The only truck worth buying is the Honda Ridgeline.
Which just got updated.
Barely tell the fucking difference.
Honda expects the sales to go up by 50%.
That's generous. Like 50 fucking percent just because we have new truck.
Or 50% because they made the grill flatter.
That's weird, dude. That's like some faith in design type shit right there. I mean, I'm proud of them. You know, having faith in their designs. But like, who knows what happens to shit? I don't fucking know what happens to shit. Would you buy a truck for any reason?
I would. I mean, yeah, yeah, yeah. Like. I'm not opposed to trucks. I'm bad at driving them because I'm so used to small cars. Like the Civic is the largest car I've ever owned.
I feel like one thing that people don't talk about with trucks is like how much it sucks to turn.
Oh god, it's awful.
Like when you're at speed on the highway, Oklahoma has a lot of these like okay, so like the highways merge. I got to take go through two junctions to get from Norman to Edmond. And none of them have like guardrails really. And then if you like sort of just kind of go off the edge, it's like a long ass hill all the way to the bottom of this like reservoir, and it's just like I don't want to drive a pickup on this. Like, fuck that. I
Yeah,
want to drive
same.
something low to the ground. And driving my brother's car though is like a big crossover. And I got something to talk about with my brother's car. I know everybody was excited to hear about what's going to happen with my brother's Jeep, but driving something like a crossover isn't so bad, but it's like definitely not preferable to like a car that can handle well. But anyway, the other day I was helping my brother move into his house, and he was like, "I have a check tire light on my Jeep. Can you check that out and pump it back up?" Because I have a compressor in my car, and I pumped up all his tires. They were supposed to be at 36 psi. They were all at like 24. And I pumped up every fucking tire. And I noticed on the very last tire, his tire is dry rotted. And I was like, do you see this? And he goes, oh, yeah, I thought those were like speed cracks or something. I'm like, no.
Speed cracks?
Yeah, he was like, I don't know. I thought tires just do that. And I'm like, they do when they wear out. And he's like, okay, well, what do you need me to do? I need to get new tires. This is the day before he was supposed to take a road trip to Dallas. And I was like, okay, when was the last time you changed tires? And he said, oh, I've never changed tires. I've had them these since I bought the car. He bought the car 7 years ago.
Oh my god. That reminds me how being a dumbass, I only checked the tread of yesterday's tires when I bought it, not the date.
Mm.
And it turns out that they were 8-year-old all-season performance tires.
Ooh.
And I drove them from North Carolina to Florida.
I'm sorry, what car did you say that was when you were buying?
The S2000.
Nice.
It had it had like the original Michelin Pilot all season.
Yeah, I think these are Goodyear Forteras, 20, 265, 5220, or 50, or something R20. I can't remember. It doesn't matter.
It doesn't
Uh,
matter. I just remember what a dramatic difference it made. Because I went from the Michelins to the Falcon Zennies.
oh, that's
I
nice.
remember, yeah, they were good tires. But I remember thinking when I got them, man, this car doesn't really drive so well. It's like something wrong with the suspension. I'm like, I don't know. It feels kind of loose, but it's fine. And just fucking night and day when I got tires that were dry rotted. The tires were so shitty that my cousin, the drift guy who was stealing tires for a long time, didn't want them because they were too shitty and dry rotted.
Stealing tires.
Yeah, like he would go back to Discount Tire or whatever and go to like their tire bin, and he would throw back all the tires he burned up and take any good tires. So like if you got in with a blown tire on your all-wheel drive car and you needed 4 new tires, you would steal a set of 2 good tires.
You just steal them from like the dumpster.
Yeah,
Somebody tried to do that when I worked at Audi, and like two of the managers had to chase them off. They just like parked this truck and they went into our like tire trailer. It was just like a steel building, like a box.
yeah,
They just opened it up and they started loading up their truck. People were like
yeah,
running out there, like, "What the fuck are you doing? Get the fuck out of here!" They were like,
yeah,
"Oh, fuck you!" And they like sped off.
yeah.
They do that. They like take them and sell them. It's
No,
like
they
it's
will.
tires.
Maybe some will think some, but like a lot of drift guys do that just because you're
You
spending
go through
money.
so many tires, yeah.
Yeah, like he would go through like a set of tires for his back wheels would last like 2 or 3 runs, and then he'd need new tires. He was bringing like 20 sets of tires to an event. Like
Makes sense.
the fronts he can last like several weekends because the fronts don't really do anything. But you need tons of back tires.
Um, crazy. That's crazy. Um, okay. I'm not really that into drifting, but I completely understand what you're saying. Tires are kind of a fucked up thing. How like my brother? Okay, first of all, my parents were like, I'm pretty sure we bought him a second set of tires when he moved to Colorado because he needed something that could handle snow, even though he never drove. But that was alone 4 years ago, and the car only has 40,000 miles on it. I mean, like, how long does a set of tires last on a normal car? My Mustang, it was like 15,000 miles.
It depends on what kind of tires they are.
Yeah,
Um, my autocross tires only last like 10,000 miles. Um, my Civic Type R is going to need tires in the spring, um, maybe the summer if I push it. And I bought those tires when I bought the car in June 2019. So it
they
just
lasted.
depends.
They lasted almost 2 years.
2 years and probably like 20,000 miles. Yeah,
Well, my brother's tires are dry rotted because he never drives.
yeah,
I mean, like he has tread left on these tires. They're just like, and he asked me, he's like, "Well, can I drive on them?" And I said, "You can drive on them one more time when you go to Discount Tire." And like that's it. When you go
yeah.
there, you're not leaving without tires. And trust me, they know. They know that. They know when they see those dry rotted tires and you rolling in, he's be like, "Oh, I need tire. I
They
need
got them.
wheels.
Yeah,
I
they
need new
got you
tires."
involved.
They got you, and like that's why you have to go online and you have to make an appointment. And when they ask why you're making the appointment, you just say, "My vehicle needs new tires." That's it.
Yeah, I am. I need to ask the lady what the date code on the CRX tires are because if they're super old, which I'm sure they are, I might as well just buy new tires and down. They're like 13-inch tires are only like 30, $40 a tire for cheap bullshit tires. They're
People
nothing.
like the problem with like tire stores too is that they sell like tire insurance that's like so fucking useless.
So discount tires coupons used to not be.
They all
It's
used to
like
not be, but then dealerships started offering tire and wheel.
well, so my cousin, my drift cousin, he said it was a totally common thing. He would tell people like he would get himself tire coupons, and then he would like just chunk out his wheel or his tire, and like 1,000 miles for the warranty's up. He's like, I need a new tire, and then they have to give him 2 new tires. So he bought all the coupons.
Crazy.
Yeah, and so discount used to be really good because it's scam for the company, but not anymore.
Well, now it's like they have it's not really like a product. It's like tire insurance.
Wheel and tire, yeah. I remember they made a big deal about trying to sell someone about the Civic.
Yeah, I buy it every single time, and I use it every fucking time. Every fucking time I have a reason for it. I have like some sort of I curbed wheels on my Mustang, and I took it in. They were like, "Those are Pirellis," and I was like, yeah, oops." And they were like, "Okay, we'll just replace it and fix your wheel for free." I'm like, "Fuck
Very
yeah,
good.
very good, thank you." I have that on the Audi, and I have it. I never used it on the Audi. I should have because when I took the Audi in to get its second set of tires, that car only made it through one set of tires. Its second set of tires, that cost over $1,000
Oh,
just to get like actually it was like $2,200 after the whole service because I had to have my like brakes checked and I paid for like prepaid regularly. Okay, I had prepaid maintenance on that lease, but that only pays for the maintenance that's regularly scheduled. If you want it to include the brake pads, you have to like step up a tier. But like the rest of the maintenance was covered, like all the service fees and the dealership fees and the dock fees, which was probably like $150. So I got to pay $2,000 out of pocket for wheels and brake pads. That is honestly like I don't know if I would ever buy another luxury car. A performance car, sure, but like if that cost was going to like a Z06 Corvette, like $2,000 for tires and brakes, I'd be like, well, yeah, that's cool because it's my Z06 Corvette. It's
Right.
fast and it makes me feel good. It's like drugs. And according to my favorite source of all, marketing material, it makes women love me. So I'm going to enjoy spending $2,000 on my Z06. The Audi was a good car, but it was just a 2.0 turbo Quattro A4. And it was good. It was a lease. It was luxurious. It was nice. And it was, everybody thought it was black, but it was dark blue. And it was fine. It was like, it was a nice luxury car. But like to me, $2,000 for tires and brakes doesn't. I don't like. It's not worth it. It's not worth driving a 4-cylinder sedan. I mean, it was all wheel drive, great, but it was a 4-cylinder like sports sedan. It wasn't sport. Yeah, sports sedan. It wasn't anything. I thought it was very competent, and I completely disagree with anybody that says A4s are just Jettas. They're not. They're worlds better than Jettas. Um, it was a great lease. If you're somebody that's like looking for a lease car, like I highly recommend the Audis over the Beamers or the Mercedes. But
I mean,
like
you and Charles and everyone else has always told me never buy one of these cars.
never, like that needs to be like if we ever make the room temperature manifesto, or as we will call it, the manifesto de room temperature only. Um, rule number like 2 will be never finance a luxury car. Any luxury car. If you can't pay cash for it, lease it. And if you can't lease it, you need to go buy something else. Ever. They depreciate like crazy. The cost of ownership is insane. They're unreliable as hell. Except Lexus. Except Lexus. Lexus is awesome. I love Lexus. Okay, share screen time. Did we talk about this on a previous episode?
Almost certainly.
I like the new Lexus IS 350. Oh, we did talk about this on a previous show. I was wrong about something. I
What?
said that the Lexus IS is only going to have like 260 horsepower. The IS 300 is only going to have 260 horsepower. I think. Fuck. I need to look this up and get this. Yeah, you can get 311 out of the 3.5 liter V6 that has been with us since pharaohs ruled Egypt. Um, I like this car. I'll tell you why. The interior. In a world of bullshit. I think that might be the old one. It still has that weird like clock. But
People like
I've always liked
electric
this
cars
interior.
thinking of, right? Weird bullshit clocks.
What?
Weird bullshit clocks.
Weird bullshit clocks. There's those. There's our weird bullshit clock right here. For no reason in a sports sedan, there's an analog clock. Thanks, Lexus.
Thanks, Lexus. Should hmm, should I buy tires for the 13-inch wheels on the CRX I don't want, or should I just go ahead and have? Well, because I want to drive the CRX around for a little bit. I don't know. We'll check
What
out.
are you going to? Is this CRX going to be like Mr. Regular's like Falcon, or no, Mr. Regular's like MR2, where he like drove it around for 9 months and then sold it?
It very well could be.
That's fine. I mean, honestly, I like thought about that and thought that's what I would do with a car like this. I wouldn't really modify it. I would take it to Radwood,
Yeah,
and I would get tired of paying for oil, and then it would be over.
yeah. I'm. So it almost certainly needs tires, and I was thinking maybe I get wheels too. Something like this. Let me link it to you in the chat, and you can pull it up. Well, let's finish the Lexus thought here.
The Lexus interior here,
Yeah,
it's very pleasant.
yeah, that's nice. I wish it was a bit more modern and just had buttons. Honestly, like I'm totally 100% on board with button shifting and automatic.
It has paddles.
Oh,
I
okay.
am I'm actually a little bit not on board with button shifting and automatic, but I understand your perspective because automatic transmission design. I mean, I don't like the leather sock thing that they put on there to make you feel better about driving an automatic. I don't like that.
Yeah,
However, I really kind of at least like, I don't know, grabbing something and
I guess
yanking it.
it's
You
the
know,
like the grabbing doesn't do anything. The grabbing in a modern car, you're not actually moving any mechanical switches. You're not operating a vacuum servo. You're just moving a potentiometer. So just remove the pretension and just have it literally be buttons.
yeah.
That's my perspective.
I just don't like the way they look. I don't like the interaction with them. I guess I don't know. I just like
I
the fake shifter, which the lever that is right is just a computer lever. Doesn't do anything.
Yeah, the best thing. I mean, the best thing is always an automatic like my 1999 Civic had, where I am physically moving something. But
What what has buttons? I like the Jaguar
the
solution.
cord has buttons. I hate the Dodge dial.
Yes, this is like so much better than that because this, maybe I can actually find a video of it.
I also hate the Mercedes column shifter buttons thing.
Oh God, yeah, both my parents have those. I fucking hate. I hate to be an asshole about it because I can't afford two Mercedes, but both their MLs they have that, and I dislike it. All right, now that everybody can see my weird as hell YouTube search history, I am going to search for Jaguar shifter. I love these. I actually have kind of a secret boner for Jaguars. I think they're gorgeous cars. Um, but uh, they're terrible. They're just awful. I love the way they look though. I think they look stately. They kind of look like Bentleys. I've always liked Bentleys, and um, they're just the most unfucking reliable, poorly built car I've ever experienced in my entire life. I don't care about this man.
Skip ahead.
Show the whole thing. Oh, does this one not do it? So anyway, this is their typical shifter, but on I thought all the cars, but maybe not. This is
This is from 20. This video is from 2014. This might be the last gen.
yeah. I don't really know what the XJ was. I think that's their E class.
Yeah,
But anyway, in case you haven't seen it, and if I may not be able to find a video of it, um,
we'll go back. Go back to the main. Um, Back to that search listing you were on earlier.
there it is. That's what I was looking for. It does do it. See that?
It pops out,
Yes, I love that.
but otherwise
So
the Dodge dial.
yeah, the Dodge dial shifter. That meme is fucking funny. Where it's like when your girlfriend adjusts the volume on your truck and it shifts you into reverse on the freeway. Ha ha. It doesn't do that. It has a computer that knows you're going 80 miles an hour and won't shift. It's like we engineered this $80,000 truck that if you accidentally turn this to R, your car will break as it slams into reverse at 80 miles an hour. That noise you hear is going to be your torque converter erupting out of the bottom or wherever the hell it is of your car. I know what it does, I don't know where it is. Dodge shifter? I probably need to. Oh, and then this thing, right? This is the shifter that my brother's Jeep has. This is the shifter that killed Anton Yelchin. Are you aware of this story?
No.
Do you know who Anton Yelchin is?
Yeah, the Star Trek guy.
Yeah, so he died.
Right, because his car rolled into him.
Yeah, his Jeep Grand Cherokee with had this shifter. He thought it was in park, and he walked down a hill to check his mail, and the car was in neutral, and it rolled down the hill and pinned him against his fence and killed him. And because of that, uh, Dodge, Chrysler, all the products, that shifter no longer exists. You can only buy this like uh, whatever this guy is installing. Not that. It is like the epitome of an old Dodge like Chrysler part where it's just like a stick lever and you're in PRNDL.
But what is like? I don't understand. How does it?
It's a lot like the Audi shifters.
Oh,
Yeah, so it's like click down, but it's always remains stationary.
gotcha.
But it's way less accurate and feels completely like just wrong. It just doesn't feel right. And yeah, it's confusing. This is Mopar, but Mopar made this video because people are having trouble using this product, and it was so bad it killed somebody, and then it was taken off the market.
So what do they use now? Buttons?
No, they used just an old dog leg shift, not dog leg shifter, just the stick. They just went back to the stick. They went backwards. When I had they went to the shifter that was in my 2014 Cherokee Trailhawk. Yeah, they went back to this. That's what it looks like now, and that's in the Jeep. Just the old stick. That's the old one. That's the one my brother has. And what my brother said about it is like literally that feature alone has almost been bad enough on multiple occasions to get him to go buy a new car. And I said, why don't you just buy a new Jeep? Imagine your car that you love so much with this shifter. And he was like, that would be heaven. Anyway,
I like how they put manual the right way.
Dodge Ram shifter. His car does weirdly. It fucking has it has paddles. Like a 3.6 V6 Jeep or 3.2, I guess. All right, this guy's doing what we just said we were gonna do. Nothing's gonna happen.
So exciting.
This is how I watch content. All right, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55. God, I don't care. Um, that shifter is stupid. That was our main. That was our main point here. I miss driving sticks so much, man. I never thought I would, but fuck, man, I miss it. The Mercedes CLS. CRX is a manual, right?
Yes.
Was it 4 speed?
5 speed.
Oh, speciale.
Ooh, shit. I can get some Saloon Altrezos for $34 a tire.
You sent me this link. I never checked it out. Let's check it out.
Those are the NK wheels that I would like to put on the CRX.
Oh my god. Are they are these 3-piece wheels?
No, they just look like it.
Oh, okay. I like them. They kind of look like was it BBS? They look like
Yeah,
BBS rims.
right.
God, 156 per wheel. That's kind of a lot, but not really. I mean, there's so many cheaper options. You know what I would do if I fucking had that car? I'd put Steelies on it. Like not the Steelies that are on it now. I'd put like dish pans.
I would love to get inside wheels. It's just so hard to find them.
Can you just buy some knockoffs? Like who cares?
Well, no, it somebody makes knockoff inside wheels. Google first gen Honda inside wheels. Image search. Nope, 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 nope.
What? Those?
Yeah.
Yeah, those are pretty cool. What are the
And then
90s ones that are like L shaped? You know what I'm talking about? God, can you not like find any of those?
those might be Prelude wheels.
There you go. Those are the ones I'm talking about. $70 a wheel. There you go. Honda Insight 2000, 14-inch OEM wheel rim, machine charcoal finish, 14-inch diameter.
$185 a wheel with no center cap.
You can buy center caps.
Yeah, I don't really want to spend $200 a wheel on them though.
Oh, okay. You can finance them for $17 a month. Well, I found what you were looking for.
Thank you,
You
man.
were right. It is expensive. Let's see if Honda Prelude wheels were a thing. If that's what I'm talking about.
You
I
just
love the Prelude. It's such a fucking cool ass car.
the solids. So you're just gonna get pictures of aftermarket wheels. The soft, those are the stock wheels for fourth gen Prelude.
Okay, I'm thinking about a Nissan, I think.
You were the worst at googling.
I'm literally just saying the first thing that I can think of something that I can barely remember. I could probably draw them.
What is an L wheel?
It's like it's not an L wheel, but it like literally just has um let's just do this. We'll draw it. Um
Are you talking about Panasports?
some what?
Panasport. Google Panasport wheels.
Pana Sport?
Pana.
Pana Pana Sport wheels. No. God no. Ugh. Those are hideous.
I like them.
Yeah, little sausages. I do not like these at all. Those are okay. Those are okay. Those suck. Those suck. Those suck. Anyway, let me draw them for you.
Okay.
Create the news. Are you fucking kidding me? Enjoy this world. I'm gonna move you over here. Oh my god, dude! If only I had an iPad. You know what I'm saying?
That's the only thing keeping you from greatness.
It really is. I would be a famous author by now if I hadn't iPad. Not author, artist. Jesus Christ, it's so hard to text and talk at the same fucking time. Screet, screet, crawl, screet, 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 crawl, screet, screet, crawl, screet, 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 crawl, skirt.
Skirt off.
All right. And of course, the fucking Wacom tablet isn't plugged in. God, this is a disaster. We should never start a podcast. Victor was right. We're losers.
Oh,
Fucking loser. Loser. You ever watch King of
no.
the Hill? Loser, loser. You're a loser. You gonna cry, loser?
I honestly don't even barely remember.
King of the Hill?
Yeah, like yeah, I watched that King of the Hill to get the cultural milieu, but not enough to pick up on every reference.
Okay. All right, so let's say that's the that's the tire, right? And then the interior of this is the wheel, okay?
You're sharing your own screen.
What do you see?
The Panda Sports.
Oh damn. All right, let's say this is a wheel, right? This is what the rim looked like.
Yep.
Okay. It had like a fucking I'm sorry. B, get out of here. And then D. You fucking kidding me? God, what a nightmare. And edit all this out where I'm like fucking failing at Photoshop. All right, so it literally had this like one bar across it, right? And then it had like a fucking like oblong shape down here, and then it had like the bar going across like this, and then
Oh yeah.
it had like some vent work right here, and then I feel like it said like brand name, like Nissan or something. And then it had like more decorations on here. Like some of them are like really decorative, and others were just like flat. I feel like it maybe have been like a Japanese only thing, but do you know what I'm talking about? This wheel
I
design.
remember. I remember this wheel.
Yeah, that feels like a Nissan wheel to me.
I want to say it was on NX 2000, but I'm not seeing any results.
I want to say that maybe this was like a wheel for like a minivan. Like maybe it was on like a Tercel or like a Privia. Like, look at Privia wheels.
No, previous had saw blades. It looks like saw blades and steelies.
Really.
What the fuck was this wheel? I know exactly what you're talking about.
I know, but it's such a 90s like wheel thing. God, Privias were fucking cool. Um, all right. I'm just gonna straight up. Can you see my Google screen or still just Photoshop?
Photoshop.
All right, cool. Cool 90s wheels. The F40 wheels are really cool too. I remember the F40 wheels. Look at these koala wheels.
Ronald, search Ronald Teddy. You ever seen those?
Yeah, there's one right here.
Yeah.
Those I've always disliked these. I had a girlfriend in high school that was she was like, I want them so bad, and she had an El Camino too. Here's something that's like similar. Look at that.
That's pretty cool.
That's pretty fucking cool, man.
What wheel is killing me?
I feel like we're getting closer. We're gonna find these wheels. Best 20 retro wheels. Best 20 retro wheels. Porsche wheels. Fuck yeah. SSRs. That's pretty close. Vortex Porsche design. That sucks. That sucks. That
A lot of
sucks.
80s wheels with phone dials.
Dude.
That's pretty cool.
God, we gotta find these wheels, man. Some of these are not retro at all.
Yeah.
This is a dumb. This website is called Fast Car.
Gas car. And another
Fast
like
Car, defining car culture. This is the new Jalopnik, dude. This is the new Jalopnik. Even the last article was posted in May. Fast Car. Danny Phantom. He's a phantom. Dude, what do you think? You think like maybe they're 80s wheels and that's why I can't find them?
I think they're 80s wheels.
It might be 80s wheels. I feel so fucking sure. Did I? Oh, right. I unplugged the keyboard. I feel so sure that they're Japanese. I like it's like an instinct to me that they just like look and feel Japanese. And now I also want to see how accurate like my memory palace drawing was.
They're pretty accurate. I know the wheels you're talking about. There's like some black painted accents on them.
Yeah, they might be 80s wheels. These are definitely like closer.
I feel like they are.
Yeah, this steering wheel kind of looks like it. But man, I have no idea. I feel like
Do you think that maybe they're for a more aerodynamic car because they're so closed off?
maybe it's like a concept car. I feel like it's definitely from that era where like the most futuristic car in the world was the 959,
Yeah.
and people were like, "This is rocket science," but it's not. It's just a really fast engine. Maybe not Nissan. Maybe they were aftermarket. Maybe they were Toyota.
What are these?
Oh my god. Watch them be like Dodge wheels. They're on like the first gen Caravan. God, where are these wheels? This is like my
Your white whale.
my white wheel.
Fuck.
God damn it. Oh, the jokes, they just come to me. This whale is my Moby Dick. Uh, oh my god. What are these fucking wheels? What are these fucking
I don't
wheels?
think they're on this list, but there's a couple very close ones.
Send me the list.
I sent you on Zoom. None of these are it.
What are the coolest alloy wheels you can see and why? Okay, that's oh god, Ronald Teddy. Damn, those are fucking cool.
These are either hypermile wheels or like car wheels, but they're
Oh, maybe that's it. Maybe it was on the CRX or not the CRX. Not maybe it was the Insight. No, not the Insight.
the inside was too new.
What is the fucking? They can't be CRX wheels.
No, CRX came with Steelies.
Is my internet just not fucking working? These pitches ain't showing up. There they go.
Pretty too shitty ad blocker.
It might be. You gave me that ad blocker.
Oh, is the E-Block Origin?
Yeah.
Oh, that's fine. That doesn't look like U-Block.
What?
Oh, you're using U-Block, not U-Block Origin. No, that's U-Block Origin. Is it? I can't tell.
I'll go to my extensions once we do the post podcast thing. Once we find this wheel, I'm fucking wrapping this up. I'm just gonna say because that is like such a fucking good way to fucking end. It might be. It's. I wish it would show me the fucking sob. That'd be nice. Damn, dude. Motherfuck. Is it hyper mile wheels? The great wheel hunt continues. Where are you, wheels? Come out, wheels.
The Fiero wheels are very close.
Let's check those out.
It's not that as good, it's very close.
Uh, yeah, those are pretty close. Maybe they have like a name. Maybe it's like. Oh god, those are Oh god, these are all horrible. Oh god, ugh, ugh. Mm, there's got to be a name for the type of wheel design that it is. These like mono bar wheels or something like that. Mono bar wheels. What is it? Mono spoke wheels. What are the things in the wheels called?
Spoke.
Fucking oh god, I hate fixed gear bikes. Have you ever ridden? Do you like bikes at all?
Not really.
Fair enough. Um, imagine like how much you hate riding a bike, and then like multiply that by like 1,000. That's what it's like driving That's what it's like riding a fixed gear bike.
Because you can never stop driving.
Right. And if you pedal backwards, you go backwards. It's so fucking stupid. I don't know why people like them. I never have. I think they were also just sort of a fad 10 years ago, and I need to let it go. But whatever. All right. See, I'm going back to like looking for cool '80s car wheels. Man, like all hope seems lost. I'm just gonna fucking say that right now.
I mean, if we don't get it here, you should put some r/card or something with your sketch. We'll have it.
Oh, that'd be kind of cool. I mean, I have a Reddit account, as I could. I feel like I need to like make a better sketch than that, though. Maybe I need to like try really fucking hard instead of these are pretty close. No, that's not it.
I remember that there were like black accents for the brake cooling um, above the swoop, but there's only like one swoop.
Yeah, they're like most wheel designs, they're like an optical illusion to make it look like it's like one thing, but it's not. Like it's gonna have like fake vents on it because that was the '80s, and vents were like, oh, it's futuristic. It's made with lasers.
This is like in my head. This is like a low volume Japanese sports car wheel.
Exactly. Yeah. Or even it's like a K car. Oh, I know.
A K car would make sense.
Maybe yeah. Maybe it is a fucking K car. Ugh. I feel like though it was like I saw these wheels on a regular car reviews car, and it was like some low volume Japanese car, and it felt like it was on a Previa or something like that. I thought this was going to be a really good bid for the podcast, and it's probably turning out to be the worst thing we've ever done.
I wouldn't go around with a statement like that.
Honestly, we could just like fast forward through this part and like get to the end where we're like, and they never found out what fucking wheels, and it drove them both insane. uh,
What was the Toyota van before the Previa? I guess it wasn't one.
Toyota minivans from the Toyota minivans from the '80s. Oh, Previas are so fucking cool. I know I keep saying that, but Previas are fucking really cool. You know what? Wild card.
Hey, might is it maybe a Subaru?
Subaru? Like the SVX?
Like an XT?
I only think like Citroen because Citroen has the fucking like steering wheel that shape pretty much.
Yeah,
A Subaru what?
XT.
Subaru XT?
Yeah, X-ray Tango.
I don't know anything about this car. Never heard of it.
I saw one in Utah once.
Cool. I didn't know Subaru made a little sporty coupe.
So close. These are so close. That is not at all the wheel we're thinking of, but it is like the same concept.
The SVX, I feel like that would be, it would definitely be, god damn it. Where, what is?
Zoom chat.
That is so fucking close. Damn it. The Subaru DL sedan. God, this is a huge blank spot for me. Bringing it back around, like, I don't really know anything about Subarus or like Subaru classic Subarus or anything like that. Um, they're cool cars though. The SVX is a super interesting car. It's just like, who was going to spend that kind of money on whatever the fuck this was? Oh, for
Oh,
fuck's sake.
planning.
Oh, Clarence.
He's so sore. He played a lot of fetch yesterday.
Damn. Daisy played fucking. God, today I had like a Quest bar wrapper in my hand, and I was walking away from her, and she like charged me from behind and like jumped up and grabbed the wrapper out of my hand, and it took me 20 minutes to get it out of her fucking mouth. Maybe it was on a concept car, and like that's why I can't figure it out.
Yeah, dude, you gotta post this.
I'm gonna post this. I'm gonna make a better sketch, and I'm gonna post it.
All right, but in the meantime, I'm gonna get bed.
Yeah, let's wrap this up, and then I'm gonna get sketching. Gamers, rise up. Next time, I promise you answers. I swear to God, answers. All right, I'm gonna
Please.
stop recording.
Okay.
Do you want to watch?